Hello, YouTube. It's Cody again, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about me and a little bit of my story about how I gained a lot of weight after high school. I wanted to lose a lot of weight before high school because I was tired of being chubby. And like I got bullied and stuff at times. Like not hardcore bullied. I wasn't hardcore bullied, but like, there would be occasional bullies that would be like, oh, Cody, you're fat, or blah, 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 you're blah, 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 stop eating, or whatever. Occasionally there'd be one person brave enough to say stuff like that to me. I didn't get like bullied like you see in movies. Just that small amount was just in, like, I was looking inward on myself, and I didn't want to be I wanted to be able to do things. I had a lot of athletic friends and stuff like that. I wanted to be able to do what they did. The summer between 8th grade and my freshman year of high school, I lost a bunch of weight, and how I did it was I kept really active. I grew up also, let me point this out. I grew up in a household that we ate food. We love food. We got fast food once a week. We had all those snack cakes, fat cakes, all that good stuff. And we ate good food, but I put my foot down and I said I didn't want to eat any of this stuff anymore. I stopped drinking soda. I ate salads. I like told my mom and stuff. I was like, I don't want to be chubby anymore. Blah blah blah. I don't want to be fat anymore. And she she helped me out, and I wasn't enabled or anything. I lost a bunch of weight. I'll put up the picture on screen for you to see. I don't have a picture of me currently on my computer from when I was a kid, but I do have a picture of me in high school. All right, this is gonna be funny. I found a few video or photos of me when I was in high school. This is probably one of the I went through some phases. Okay, keep that in mind. But this was one of my photos. This was probably one of my skinniest photos, and this is right here. Like, just look at that chisel. Look at that beautiful man. Honestly, I liked dressing like that. It was awesome. But I went through some phases, some hardcore, like punk rock metal, and had a mohawk. I actually miss my mohawk, but this is probably one of the best shapes of my life was actually when this photo was taken. But yeah, that's me, believe it or not. I went through some phases. This was before. So this is me before then. So went from a chubby kid in middle school to skinny kid. This is me right here again. This was after both of those photos. I believe this was a little bit later on. Yeah, but I went from that to this. I went from that to this guy. This fat dude right here. This guy right there. Oh, here's another photo of me. Like, that was my grunge phase. Well, this is me over here. I had an airsoft face. Actually, I wasn't that much, like, look at this photo. This is me in the middle. Like, I was big into like speedball, like paintball, which I want to get back into one day. But I had friends that played airsoft. And as you can see, that's how I showed up to airsoft to play. Yeah, so I went from that skinny dude that I showed you to this guy over here. This big, chunky dude right here. This was me, almost 100 pounds lighter, but still fatter than I am now. But so after high school, it's not like I hit rock bottom or anything. I was happy. What happened was I was comfortable. Okay. Out of high school, I stopped caring what I was eating. When I was in high school, man, I worked out like weekly. Like, I remember going to the gym every day. Like, worked out, did a lot more cardio stuff because I didn't really want to be big and buff, and I didn't really know anything about going to the gym. But I ate like a normal person. I ate healthy stuff. I didn't eat junk. I didn't drink soda. I didn't drink coffee either. I didn't drink coffee with cream in it. I didn't do those things. I didn't eat junk food. If I went to someone's house, they offered me a crappy snack, I said no. And That's what I'm trying to get again. I want to be that guy. I had some crazy discipline. You know what? I'm going to add it in this video right now, like a little background more about me, discipline wise back then. So when I was in high school, my freshman and sophomore year, I made it through my freshman year, barely. And because I wasn't the best, kid back then. I was a little troublemaker. I never got into like real big trouble that ruined my life or anything. But I was a rebellious kid, and I didn't take school serious. Like I didn't care. There were some things that went on in my family and stuff like that. That might have contributed to it. And I had a really big ego back then, and I ended up dropping out my sophomore year, and I finished the rest of that year. I don't remember exact date. So I dropped out of high school, and I got a job working at a restaurant, and we were living in a worse neighborhood at that point. I dropped out of high school. I did get in trouble. I had to do some community service and stuff around that same year. And the community service got me this job doing dishwashing at a restaurant. And I realized, wow, I hate my life right now. I can't do this for the rest of my life. I need to go back to high school. And I actually had this. It was legal at the time. I'm going to admit it, but it was legal at the time. It was bought legal. I don't know if you can get it anymore, but I did do salvia with some of my friends, and I had this crazy trip. And I knew right then and there, I was just like, nope. It scared the living hell out of me. And I was like, nope. Like it was like a higher power was speaking to me. I don't want to go in depth of what I believe, but it doesn't matter what you believe, but I do believe in a higher power. I believe in God. And at that moment, it was just like, bro, you need to get your life back on track. And I went back to high school. I went right after the trip. I went and talked to my mom, and I was like, Mom, I need to go back to high school. I need to finish high school. First off, because it gave me 3 more years, so I didn't have to work in a hellhole anymore. And I was just like, I'll be able to apply for better jobs. So I went back to high school. I had crappy grades sophomore and freshman year. Like freshman, I barely made it. Sophomore, I was failing anyway. And also when I was failing in sophomore, when I dropped out, because I was a troubled kid, they thought there was something wrong with me. But there wasn't. Like there was nothing wrong with me. And they put me in a special room class where they made you like basically teach yourself. They gave you work and made you teach yourself. And I went back to the principal and I told him, I was like, I want to come back to school. And I had moved across town. So it's no longer actually in that high school's district. And they're like, we'll let you come back, but you can't screw up. I was like, I want to be in regular classes. I need to do this. And they said, okay, we'll let you come back to this school, but you better not screw up. And I didn't screw up. I finished my sophomore year. So I had stayed back at this point too, because it was almost a full year. So I stayed back. So that was crappy, staying back, and all my friends were juniors this dang like. But I stayed back, and I finished my sophomore year when I went back with honors. I got honors every time. I got A's every time. And then the long story short, junior and senior year, I finished not not with crazy grades, but I finished. I got mostly A's and B's. There was a few classes that I struggled with, like a higher, like math and stuff like that, like higher once you started getting up into the higher, mathematics. But anyway, so finished high school, got my diploma. Probably one of the best feelings of my life was to do that. And still today, I'm proud of myself. I actually have these bad dreams once in a while where I'm like back in high school and I'm like, why am I here? I already graduated. But anyway, I just wanted to give people that background information on me and see that I stepped up. I had the discipline. I told myself, and I forced myself to do that, and I finished that goal. But what happened after high school, as you can see, I got really fat. And it's because I ended up getting comfortable. I stopped caring what I was eating. I started eating all the junk foods you can imagine. And one of my favorite things to do was drink and binge eat. So drinking and binge eat are probably one of the worst things you could ever do with your life. And then I also stopped going to the gym. So after high school, I decided to start going to college for video game design. Actually, I took like a year off, break like some people do. I took a year off and did whatever the hell I wanted. A long vacation after high school, but then I enrolled in college for video game design at Full Sail, and I was doing fantastic. And then but I wasn't being disciplined with myself anymore when I was going to college, and this is what screwed me out of that degree. Is I was playing too many video games, I was drinking, and I just, was hanging out with my friends. And I wasn't, they wanted you to commit because it was online courses. So it was taking a lot of time where there was a lot of self-teaching, a lot of like things to watch and read. And I was spending too much of my time not doing that stuff. If I could go back with what I know now and the discipline that I have regained, I probably would have gotten that degree, but I ended up not getting that degree. Good thing I also took a part-time job that was taking up a good amount. Like it was almost a full-time job. I was doing pest control for this company, a local company, and I was going to like these crazy like places, and but I was playing too much video games. When I got home, I wasn't getting up enough. I wasn't hitting the gym. I wasn't getting that discipline. Long story short, I end up dropping out, continued to gain a bunch of weight. I was really fat at this point, actually. This was when I was at my fattest. I just gave up on that, then went to work with a bigger pest control company. I actually left there. I worked at like Amazon. I worked at UPS, hated it, hated my life. And actually UPS was one of the places where I realized I hate this. I hate my life. I want to change it. And then I started from there. I started changing my life. I started getting back into the gym. I started looking up how to lose weight. And I remember how I lost weight when I was a kid. So I implemented that stuff too. And then since then, it's been like 6 years. I've been working on my fitness. I was like 380 pounds. And as of today, I'm 228 now. And I want to get back to that 170, 180. So that's my goal now. And so I left UPS. I was in this new mindset. I got a job at another pest control company, a way bigger one, paid way better. And I just, hit the gym before work, after work, whenever I could. Well, and when I worked at Amazon, I worked at Amazon for almost a year. It's the same thing. Like I was motivated. I was going to the gym before or after Amazon work. Long days there. If you ever worked there, you know how it is. Doing all the, not sorting. What the heck was I? I wasn't a picker. I was the other one. When you scan it, you put it in the freaking robot, you send it away. I was one of those stower. I was a stower, and I also did cutting. So if you know what that job's like, comment down below and tell me how you like it. You know, it was bad for me because I don't like standing in one spot all day. But yeah, so I worked at Amazon, went to this other pest control company called Orkin, and I just started, you know, on the path. And I've made a lot of setbacks. This video is going to be longer than I expected, but I just want to go in depth about myself and like some of my struggles. So you might have these same things happen to you. But from the last 6 years, I've been on this path again to get in shape. And I've made a lot of setbacks, and I'll cover in maybe other videos what setbacks, what caused most of my setbacks. It's normally I'm going to a family get together or something, or I'll be like, I feel like I should drink tonight. And then I end up binge eating food. And that whole week of me working out goes in the gutter. So don't do those things. But anyway, that is my story. That's why I'm making this channel. I want people to learn from my mistake. Maybe you can relate to what I have gone through. But at the end of the day, that's why I named this channel Discipline with Cody. I'm a big Jocko fan too, so he's helped in the last 5 years, 4 years, or whenever I started listening to him. David Goggins, those are two people like that. Me and David Goggins actually have a similar story where I'm not as cool as David Goggins, but I was pest control just like him. Hated my life. And that's where I am right now. I saved up enough money to pay my bills for a year, and I'm just getting after it in the gym, and I'm thinking about joining the army. So, oh yeah, I forgot to touch on this. I did end up going. My college offered me a certificate in media communications, and all last year I was going to school for that. Ended up getting my certificate. So I got a free certificate. I didn't get a free certificate, but I got a certificate in something from them. So that's another thing. They reached out to me and I was like, you know what? Yeah. Discipline, discipline with Cody. That's why I'm calling it this, because all my failures have been because I either gave up on discipline or I lacked the discipline and I forgot who I was. You know what? There's this book. I don't remember what it's called. If you remember what it's called, post it down below. They taught us it in high school. It was just like, I'm not only 6, but I'm also 7, 8, 9. It basically touches on how I'm 28 right now. I'm still that 26, that 27-year-old. I'm still that 18-year-old. All those people are inside me. So I am all those. This guy, the skinny version of me that I showed you that was motivated and was out there healthy living, that guy is still in there. He's talking to you. So there's, those voices in your head, you got to listen to the right one. The one that's telling you to get into the gym, even though you feel tired, that's the voice you need to listen to. Stop listening to the voice inside your head that is telling you to, oh, you know what, you worked out the other day, just stay home and then you end up eating this food, and then it snowballs. Discipline snowballs, and so does lack of discipline. So you want to keep a healthy medium, but you want to get that discipline going, because the more discipline you have, the better your life is going to be. And Discipline Equals Freedom, one of my favorite books. Go out and read it. Jocko Willink. But anyway, I think that's enough. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Maybe you can relate, maybe you can't. Any of you that might be leaving high school, or you're starting to snowball into the wrong direction, I hope I can help you. So like, subscribe, share. More videos to come. About to edit my workout from today and post it up there. All right, have a good day. Peace.